Finley. All right, drivers, we need you to get back behind the post. What about the tow tractors, scraper tractors, they all right? Oh, please do not cross on the end of the track. He is a mailman by trade, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 8210 Ford. It's a 6-cylinder. It's a combination of 3 turbochargers. One of the hottest Fords out. There's 3 of them in the class of this particular size. It's running, of course, the widest tires. You notice the green light. He's the first puller of the season. Mr. Harold Finley out of Enville, Tennessee. To watch the smoke come up as the turbochargers get everything going. Watch the white top roll. He's trying to get a overdrive. Here it comes up the front. And you notice, ladies and gentlemen, how much horsepower he's got, but he couldn't put it all on the ground. He's running a little bit of give a nice round of applause. He's the first puller of the class. That's Harold Finley and the Blue Mule right there. And trust me, there's a lot of eyes on this tractor right now. He's the first puller in the class. He can take that first pull if so desired, but I'd say the way his pit crew was waving him off, he will drop to last probably. Now, our next tractor goes off. Our next lucky area. He ain't too far from Cincinnati either, I don't believe. Anyway, they're here tonight. We're glad to have them. 1594 Case International, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ricky Esri is the driver. Ricky coming to us from the Milledgeville, Tennessee area. And notice the tire design. They take these big old tires and cut them down to nearly nothing. Now also, they can ease it out and slack out of that chain. You must start with a tight chain. Then comes the green light. David Mike says, I'm hooked up. Here comes 3 turbochargers from Mr. Ricky Esri. Says, I don't think I like that. He got it stopped right about that 75-foot mark. He got it out of the hole, but I don't believe he will take that pull. Now, something apparently looked like the RPMs fell down for him. That was his first time to ever hook. Now, he can back up and try it. The right are going to give him the opportunity. He will be test puller. Notice got them hands up in neutral, ladies and gentlemen. That means that he's out of gear. He don't want to back over nobody. Kind of a driver's, courtesy thing. You don't have to do it, but it really is nice. That sled operator don't like to get run over. That's right. We're going to run them 4th class mini rides coming in class number 4 a little bit later on. Right now we're super stock tractor pulling. Driver is coming to us from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He is Mr. Lewis Perry. Now he used to drive a John Deere and he used to drive an International 1066. In the pulling circuit. Right now, he's on old Alice, twin turbochargers. It has 2 of them. Notice a little bubble there. He's building up the RPMs. Now watch the smoke chains color, ladies and gentlemen, as the RPMs come up. It's old Alice. All right, come on loose. All right, now Lewis didn't have exactly everything. I'd say being the luck of the first draw, he will take that pull right there, I think, and come back. Not bad. He got her out of the hole. Give Lewis Perry a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I think he'll get the hang of it a little bit later on. He just did feather that throttle what he's supposed to. But the gentleman who used to drive that tractor, Bobby Bigby, is right there, Johnny, on the spot. He knows what to do, and I think if Lewis will take that or drive, he'll drive, I'm sure. Okay, I think the weight transfer is going to be all right. I think we're in good shape there. He's approached that 150-foot mark, and he did have some problems. But the tractor is still running. We like to see that. He's coming up, a diesel power again. He's been in a winner's circle several times. Here comes Fred Rhodes. He might have been a little bit heavy on the front end. The front end did not come up. Notice he's running about 150, 200 pounds up there. I believe notice the weight box. It didn't move all that much, but he run out of traction. He didn't run out of horsepower. We got one in the books. These tractors, ladies and gentlemen, of course, turning out a whole lot of horsepower, but they're only
Fred Roach's distance was 193.3. 193.3.
Weight, driver and all. They're hooking on to 38,000. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Savvy, the John Deere Canadian man. Oh, look at the time here. Notice on the front end, give him a nice roundabout. He's a long way from home. He sure is. Around the Lexington, Kentucky area, Canadian Miss 2, he calls it. This tractor likes the weight. I'd say he will be back in the 7,500-pound class. Another 3 Charger set up, another diesel power tractor. What do you think, Charlie? Pretty good crowd had it.
Mike Savy's distance was 167.9. 167.9.
And we certainly are glad to have them. Of course, the rescue squad serving over there. They got all kinds of good refreshments. Getting hooked up, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Law Patterson. He calls his tractor Predator. Another Kentucky driver coming to us from around the Glasgow, Kentucky area. Now, he purchased this tractor about 3 years ago. This will be, I believe, his 3rd season with this particular machine. Drivers just coming in. We are in the 5,500-pound Superstock tractor class. We are going to the Superstock 2-wheelers next. Superstock 2-wheelers are next. He's having a little bit of problem getting it in gear. He may have to rock it around a little bit. Of course, the tractor is running, but he may have to rock it or something other to get it in gear. Because I believe he has got everything hooked up, but he has not got the slack out, and he is not correctly ready to lead the line. Now then, he may be back here. All right. Like I say, this tractor being on its 3rd season, last year done a very strong job in the 5,500. Also, a lot of these tractors, ladies and gentlemen, you will see run in the 7,500. We do have 2 Superstock classes that we're going to be running tonight. And a lot of these drivers will be running in the 55, then go out and add some weight to his tractor or her tractor and come back. All right, Mr. David Myrick up there and got the green light now, and they died on him. Okay, here we go. Now then, he got her fired up. 4 people, we got a forward out there in the lead presently, Mr. Fred Rose. Here comes another one. This is an 8210 Ford. Now watch him build up the RPMs and watch the smoke clean out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him once again. It had a lot of horsepower, you can tell that, but he might have needed that 100 pounds on the back. Let's give him a good round of applause. Mike Savvy right there on the Glasgow, Kentucky. He gets the magical mark right there. Tow tractor, please. I believe we might have to have a tow tractor. Tow tractor, please. Put off tractor. We got one coming. Here's where we meet on the front, man. So this is a safety equipment, ladies and gentlemen. I have to set it down back to the driver. You'll see it clear out 500 pounds of ballast. And let's see if the front end comes up. Got a lot of eyes out there.
Lowell Patterson's distance was 166.10. 166.10.
To move the sled in the first 75 feet. And that's very... Tow tractor at the end of the track, please. After the run. Tow tractor at the end of the track. Here comes Craig and Jones International. 686, the Alky burner. Got a little misfire right there. Of course, David Mike right there, Johnny on the spot. And I hope everything is all right under the tractor. I believe it is. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Tractor's still running, I believe. He would have had a good fire. Tow tractor, please, on this end. Tow tractor, please, on this end. Go ahead and pull it around all the way around. I think we'll be all right. Brandon Jones out of the state of Kentucky. Jasper Engines and Transmission Pulling Series. For over 50 years, Jasper Engines has been the nation's leading remanufacturer of engines and transmissions specialist. They really stress the word on remanufactured. Mr. Harold Finley.
Craig Jones' distance was 113 even. 113 even for Craig and Jones.
Six-cylinder diesel powered Ford tractor. All you Ford fans, look coming out of home. All right, a good run, ladies and gentlemen. Got up there a little bit of fresh dirt. Let's give Mr. Harold Finley a good round of applause. Stopping it right here in front of the lights. That's a good run. Notice the weight transfer. Didn't necessarily have to move a whole lot, but got him right there. Going to stack it up right in there pretty close. Yes, and he is. Mr. Ricky Esri on go, please. Looks like he's stacking it up pretty close in there. We do have Mr. Fred Roach, an alcohol burner. And get this, he's a big road
Harold Finley. Distance was 178.9. 178.9.
All right, here comes Ricky Esri on Evening Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, he got past that 75-foot mark, I believe, and the fire went out. He's right close to the mark, but I believe he can give Ricky a good round of applause to get out there and try, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear from him now. He has been in the winner's circle a long time and has and will be again. But the Chargers and everything does not, RPMs don't want to stay up on that track. All right, a little bit going off. We get the sled back to 0 mark. Now then, we've had Fords and we've had Internationals and we ain't straight. He's a little bit crooked. So sometimes that gives you a little bit of extra launch off that line.
Ricky Esri's distance is 88 feet 3 inches. 88 feet 3 inches.
Notice also the roll cage on this track. I think that is mandatory going in the 1996 season. But anyway, and also in the front, very important, they call it the daddy light. Whenever the water injection system that cools these turbochargers gets to a certain speed, RPMs coming up, that light will change. That means the water injection system cooling these chargers will come down. Here he is on JR, Mr. Shirley Haney, ladies and gentlemen. They got the power, he's playing with that flow. Once again, he had it, you can tell, but he just could not quite put it all in front. And look at the weight distribution, ladies and gentlemen, on the front end. He's running 200 pounds of ballast on the front end. But the tractor is still running. These tractors, once again, like the weight. A lot of them will come back and run in the 7,500-pound super stock class. Our next driver, ladies and gentlemen, coming to us from around the Fort Knox, Kentucky area. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Larry Phillips. Larry Phillips is coming in with another diesel powered on Insanity. Their alcohol burner 560 they run sometimes. But right now, Larry Phillips.
Shirley Haney's distance was 160 feet 3 inches, 160.3.
Everything trying to get ready on the sled. And there goes the green. International people, here's y'all's last chance right here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a good round of applause. He carried that front end, I believe.
Woodbury Phillips' distance was 173 feet 2 inches, 173.2.
He's from over there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where he's from. He's in the real estate business, by the way, land development. He does that a little bit also. Used to farm, can you believe that? And he quit it. Yeah. He quit farming and started selling real estate. Right now, he's driving a 180 Alice Challenger on Old Alice. Been in the winner's circle before, on this track before. All right, now Lewis, get them RPMs come up, build it slowly up. And it's not as easy as it looks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, get on one of them things. You got about 500 plus horsepower, and you got a clutch about as big around as a 5-gallon bucket. RPMs coming up. It's time to Old Alice. He got her down the track. I tell you what, Bobby was giving away, saying stop, please, but he couldn't get it on. Look at him playing. Did you see him playing coming out of the stop? Water injection wasn't there all it was supposed to, but it still is running. We hope everything's all right, and the tractor can come back into 75. Very, very touchy throttle on these machines. Let's give all these drivers in the 55 Superstar a good round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A good show right here. Hope the tractor's all right. Might have been a little bit low on water, but you don't ever know. Used to. Good job, Lewis. Done all right. All right, well, we're doing that. We like the...
Lewis Perry's distance was 159 feet 3 inches, 1593. This is the 7,500-pound Superstock class, Woodbury, Tennessee.
All right, John, there, people, here he is, Mr. Mike Savvy, the Canadian Miss number 2.
Better bender.
All right, he might have been a little bit too high gear, ladies and gentlemen. Might have been running that road gear that he run a little while ago. We will be giving the official order finish in just a moment. In the 79 and 2. Fourth position of Mr. Bob Stewart. Bob coming in with 271 and 2. Drivers have been going to school and watching these other drivers all night long. Now he's on the driver's extreme right-hand side of the track. He's the first puller in the class. Goes out of bounds, being the luck of the draw, and since Mr. Mike Savvy is dropping the last, he will be the test puller. But if he goes out of bounds, being the first puller in the class, he will be able to come back. But that's only if since he has become the test puller on the restart.
Mike Savvy dropped down to last position.
We're starting over the class. This is the 7,500-pound Superstar. He calls his tractor Night Trouble. Mr. Kenneth Hale out of Estill Springs, Tennessee. Watch the smoke change color. Listen to the rear end and the tire speed on this tractor.
Kenneth Hale had a full pull.
Okay, following Ricky, we have Mr. Harold Finley and Larry Phillips. A lot of good pulling left, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be running mini rides here just in a few moments. And we have got the alcohol supercharged four-wheelers sitting out there. We're going to be running 5th class. And so a lot of good pulling action. Right now, all eyes on Ricky Esri from Mansfield, Tennessee on Evening Thunder. RPMs does not want to come up on that tractor. We don't know exactly what it's doing. He's just spitting and popping. Now, a brand new tractor this season for him. He has completely redone his fuel system and his turbocharger system. And so he, of course, once again, did not go past that 75-foot mark. 100-pound class. He's dropping the last. Now, here comes another one on sports. This tractor finished second. A little while ago. Finley, ladies and gentlemen, coming on. And right now with his
Ricky Esri dropped back to last position.
8210. It's an 8210 Ford turbocharger set up with a diesel power. After a while, he's got to move all those weights off. He's got nearly
Harold Finley's distance was 283 feet 6 inches, 283.6.
Look at the front end, 100 pounds. That's all. That front end should come off the ground about that 75-foot mark. Very little weight behind the seat, and on the wheels, you notice on the inside of the wheels, there's no weights at all. It's got it all right in the middle of the tractor. It thinks that is the balance point. That's where it can do the most. It's green on the track. Green on the slant, and here he is. From Glasgow, Kentucky, Mr. this is Lowell Patterson. That farm tractor weighed 14,000 and something pounds. This tractor is a 1066 International. It weighs 7,500 pounds. And look on the front end. It's got 200 pounds of ballast. First time for me to see this tractor this year. He calls it the Troublemaker, Mr. Ed, and his last name is Elliott. Don't know where he's from, but we're glad to have him. I tell you what, a real good run right there for the Troublemaker. Is it a pro? But a good job right there. Notice he had no horsepower. He got a little bit scary, but he did do a pretty good job maintaining that tractor. This tractor, ladies and gentlemen, I just been informed, Tom was talking to me, 1994 horse race in the 75 Super. And right up there in front of the usher stand is a big old hole in the ground. We've been asking once again, announcing for doing all their work, the sponsorship. We're on the green. Here comes Fred Rose.
Fred Roach's distance was 234 feet 7 inches, 234.7.
Coming to us from Lexington, Kentucky. Here's Mr. Mike Savage, Canadian Miss 2. Got her hooked up to the track. RPMs wasn't like he really wanted to, but he did get that. He done an excellent job. And they keep getting a little bit further. He got hooked up to the track. Tractor is still running. It goes down under its own power. We like to see that. Coming in next, I believe, will be either Mr. As he gets, he is still under red. He is still under red.
Mike Savvy's distance was 240 feet 9 inches, 240.9.
We are under red trackside. You notice on the sled, ladies and gentlemen, he is ready to go. As far as
Ed Elliott's distance was 232 feet 9 inches, 232 feet 9 inches for Ed Elliott.
686 ended up in the factory with about 60 horsepower. Twin Chargers. The driver is Mr. Mike Savvy from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Very good,